shining. We're gonna get this done and we're gonna enjoy the day and the weekend, our groundhog life, right? Okay, cheers you guys. Sumo Squat 20. This first whole section is activation warm-up. We want to give the glutes and all those internal tendons and ligaments around your hip area. We're putting them on notice. They're gonna work. So choose your weight, you guys. Again, let's go really quickly through this Sumo Squat lying leg lifts. The first part is all on the floor. All right, second part, single leg glute thrust. What I wanted to do was pre-exhaust and then go heavy. So we're gonna do single leg, and double. All right, so bang, bang, bang. And 4 times through. You're gonna choose your weight. I usually, for the first 3-4 of these glute sessions, I want real heavy. Now I'm backing off a little bit because my back is saying, hey, so that's my strategy and you have to come up with your strategy. If you're just easing into glute day, hey, just take a dumbbell or do with no weight and go through this targeted, focused work on glutes. Not just your glutes. The glutes, you're probably not going to feel a lot of soreness, but what ends up happening is the tendons and ligaments inside the hip are being forced to work under loads that they're not used to, in positions they're not used to. So the domino falls in different ways, and you have to be really aware. Barbell, I am going to use my barbell today for the box squat. So I have a slightly higher box or bench or chair for my box squats, and I'm going to use barbell, but you're welcome to use dumbbells. And standing abduction, I'm going to actually put my band on to do those box squats, and then your standing abduction can be here, 10 and 10, or they could be here, all right? I'm giving you options with this kind of thing because glutes, our physiology, we're all different. Our bodies are shaped differently, different strengths and weaknesses. So you kind of have to like discover what movement actually targets you, all right? And you've got to really go inside and feel and say, oh, this is working, or, oh, I feel this, okay? Fool around with it. There's no hard and fast rules. Band, seated abduction, we're going to do the same thing sitting, and I'm going to take off out of camera again for our traveling lunges, and I'm just going to use my band for that as well. All right, so let's get right to it. All right, so 20 sumo squats, feet are slightly turned outwards, and you're just going to start warming up. This can be done without a weight, can be done with light weight. And 20. Okay, so lying leg lift, just a Jane Fonda. All right, so again, you're going to position your foot in an area, in a position that hits the intended muscle, as well as limbers up that hip joint. Okay, so I might put my heel up, I might put it flat foot, and I might actually turn it upwards and externally rotate. And all of those feel a little bit different on your hip joint. So 15 there, and then you're gonna take it right out front. You might have to stabilize out front for the same movement, up and down. You might wanna turn that foot up slightly, heel up slightly, okay? So we're gonna do this on the right, and then we'll flip over and do it on the left. Good. I'm gonna just do it this way here. All right, good. And we're gonna go through this activation period 3 times, because in my opinion, this is the most important part of the workout. The rest of it is, you know, just the brunt or the grunt work. This is what's actually priming and allowing us to really engage all the fibers that we need to support, right? Alrighty. And 15 there. Take it straight out front. Feel that hamstring stretch a bit, right? And lift lower. You might not be getting the range of motion. The thing that I would like though is not to be compensating by moving your whole body with that, right? You want the action to come from the hip joint. You could actually bend that knee slightly if it's too much, because the point here is waking up the hip tendons and ligaments, and not necessarily trying to get a lot of work. Now the frog pump, we're just going to stay on the floor, turning our feet, the soles of our feet towards one another, and you're just going to pump for 10. And you're going to hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, squeeze 10, and then go right into 10 more. And hold for 10, your count. Beautiful. Good. Any other stretches while you're down here before we get up and go through that whole activation process one more time? Feeling all right? Whew. Okay. 20 sumo squats. And 20. Once again, the numbers are yours. We're not aiming to hit a number that I arbitrarily pick. We're aiming to get a feeling, the feeling of warming up the muscles, of lubricating the joints, of making a connection, okay? So it's not so much about numbers, it's more about getting that job done. And what will that take for you? And then out front, again, if you want to abbreviate that, the length of that leg, right? Just to you might want to extend it. Watch the tension in your neck, okay? You're focusing so much down here that tension might be really building up on top, right? So, other side, side lying leg lift, our little Jane Fonda tribute this morning. Little crack. And then that front, out front. You're going at your own pace, okay? I'm keeping up tempo. I just want to get the blood moving. I didn't get a lot of activity this morning physically, so I'm kind of waking things up right now. Good. And then a frog pump. Soles of your feet together. See how that feels. Squeeze up. Ten and hold. And pump again. And hold for 10, or for your count, okay? Squeeze that glute. You want to bring your brain into that butt. Feel the squeeze so that on later activities, it knows what to do. And stretch. Now, keep in mind how connected your low back is to the glutes and then to the hamstrings. So throughout the whole workout, you're doing a tour. And you're doing what it takes to keep you working hard safely. Last activation set. And 20 for me, okay? Going into those side lying leg lifts. I'm gonna spend just a second here, show you something interesting. If you take that foot out front and lift your hip there, all right? That gets some really deep tissue activation, because you don't have the big muscles helping you with the movement when you focus down there. All right, good. And then the extension, lift and lower. Now, if that ends up getting a little bit, tense, ease off on it, okay? It's not our intention to overwhelm the muscles at this point, okay? Side lying leg lift. Here, there we go. So a lot of big muscles working there. And then if you kind of target it and just lift the knee, those interior supportive connective tissue, they get their wake-up call too. Good, and then extension, lift and lower. Truly, any movements that you're doing at this point that feel like you're getting blood to that area and circulation is good. It's all good. Frog pump. Soles of my feet are together. I might take this a little deeper. I get closer and drive it up. And hold. I'm counting so fast now. Human nature, right? Rush through it. You're pulsing up for your last 10 here. And then you're going into your last 10 count of hold and squeeze. Good stuff. All right, any stretches that you feel you need? Checking out your low back, see how it's reacting. Oh. Alrighty. So I've already forgotten what our first one is. Single leg glute. So we're gonna stay down here, and I'm actually gonna stay down here with you. If you do not have a bench, or I'd say a chair would be too high. If you had a Reebok step, you could be elevated. You know what I have that's great is the Bosu ball would give you good support. All right, so we're going into, with me on the floor with you, a single leg glute thrust. So let's start. I'm gonna start with my lower weight, and then I'll take it up, because we're gonna rest 30 seconds to a minute in between each one of these. So if you get ahead of me or if you're behind me, that's what I'm planning. But of course, we'll listen, and I'll just start my next set when I feel pretty able to complete the whole set. All right, so let's go. Single leg. Now, the other thing that happens is you could lift your body up, or you could move with it. The point here is that you want to feel the activation in your glutes. It's going to hit your hamstrings, and that's going to be different for everybody. So experiment, all right? The weight or barbell. You've seen me in the past do it with a big barbell. Good. And then I'm going to extend one leg up, drive through my heel, and pulse it up. 1, 2, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. And 10, and then we're going 10 both. So your feet could be wide, they could be close, they could be close to your butt, they could be far away. You're going to find the place that hits your glute. And 10. Relax. Stretch if you need. All right. If you're using heavier weight, you're going to take a longer amount of time. More thought. More rest, perhaps. Perhaps. Good. Don't forget to roll out that neck, the tension. The tension can build in places you have no idea. I'm just going to take it up to a 1 heavier weight for myself. And when you're ready to go, probably should have a padded toweling or padded, you know, those things from the dollar store for gardening are great. Here you go. 1 leg. And 10. So the benefit of being up on a bench supporting, you would have a greater range of motion, okay? But that doesn't say that this isn't doing a lot of good. 10. And squeeze and rest. Good? No, Matt. No, sorry, buddy. Sorry. Nice stretch. Try and discover where the tension is building, because it will build somewhere. Whether it be your neck, your upper back, even your abs. Like those contract to help the work. 2 more sets, 10 and 10. Got this, let's go. Good. Good. And 10 with both feet. You may or may not have one more set with me. You could call it a day with this round, this section at 3 and give yourself a good stretch, all right? If you're just easing back into targeted glute training, if you're just easing back into working out in general, our leg day takes care of all these muscles, all right? And our full week of training is sufficient. This is the extra focused work, okay? And 10. Beautiful. All righty. So, you may not be keeping up to my pace, especially if you're using heavier weights, if you have to manage padding, if you have to manage a bar going in and out. You're on your own schedule here, okay? No hurry. This is a real simple workout. We're just going for 3 supersets. So, if you get behind, it's all self-explanatory. A dumbbell or barbell box squat, that simply means you sit down, release the tension in all your muscles, and then they have to fire up again. All right, I am going to use my band. You do not have to. Okay. So if I were to use a dumbbell, I would just hold it here. I could use 2 dumbbells back here. All right, let me just get ready, and you guys can get ready. No, Mac, you can't get ready. You have to go. Go off my mat. Go. Go. Box squat 10 and abduction. I'm just gonna stand up and do my abductions. I might for the last one do 10 and 10 of these. All right, so hopefully you can see me. You would be here and stand, or 2 weights. Good, and stand. I'm gonna move this back slightly. It just doesn't feel like I'm in the shot. All righty. Set up your little station the way you feel comfortable. The band at this point isn't doing a lot of work, but enough just to engage. Just engage all those guys, right? Good. And then if you need to hold on or not, I'm just gonna roll out into my outer foot. And 10. Again, this is perfectly. 5, I'll just do 5 and 5 just to show. So squeeze and abduction is away. And then take it to a rest, hey? Good. Alrighty. Now, things are compounding. The fatigue is building since our activation and then our glute thrusts. We're getting into the bulk, the meat of the workout. So be really aware, okay? You should be really well warmed up and able to handle heavier weights. But you have to think of all the auxiliaries, the back, the shoulders, all right? If you're holding your weights up here, the tension that builds, all right? Shall we? All right. 10 box squats. Sit down, feel all those muscles release, and then they have to fire back up. All right, and that's where the work, that's where the magic happens. Abduction. I think these workouts end up being longer in time because the amount of rest we need to take in between. Otherwise, I mean, you could fly through this, but that's not what building muscle is about. Building is hitting it hard, letting it rest, hitting it hard again. All right. And box squats. I can already tell that this last one coming up is going to be a doozy. All right. External rotation, pulling into your feet, the outsides of your feet. All right. Can't concentrate on two things at once. No. Nine and 10. All right, you might still be here and you might not have a band on, right? Good stuff. Last set of our box squats, and then we're just going to go into some seated abductions. So it could be on a low, high. You could be leaned forward, upright, or leaning back. I might do one of each because we've got 4 sets. All right, and then I'm going to travel lunge there and back. 10, 20 reps. I think 20 should be good, but it might go 20, 18, 16, 12, right, for that last round. Abduction, standing, and then we'll go right to seated. Woo, baby. Okay. With band or without. Glute loop is tighter. Usually these are tighter and stronger resistance. You can go for the little fitness loops. Plenty of resistance there too, okay? Make up your mind. So this is that seated abduction. It's the same thing you did standing up, but it's just out. 9 and 10. Now at this point, you could be using dumbbells for your travel lunge as opposed to the bands. All of this is up to you, okay? So I'm just gonna see you in a sec. there too. Nice. That starts working because this gets so tired, right? This has to jump in and help. The team is on the job. All right. So we have 3 more. You might do 3 but take the band off. You might do just 2 more rounds. You might do 3 more rounds with us and then reduce your reps. Many ways to modify, right? And I'm just wasting time here, gabbing my head off, so we gotta do this. Let's go. I'm going to sit forward this time and do those abductions. And 10. Right into that travel lunge, with or without. Good. That happened fast for me. It was like, feeling good, feeling good, feeling good, feeling bad. Feeling pooped. Good. So, you gotta keep good form through the fatigue. And that's when a lot of work is getting done. So don't allow yourself to go haphazard and just to get it done. Through the fatigue, get out good reps, and that's the magic, okay? Maybe you lean back this time. And 10, nice job. See you in a second. Call 911 if I don't come back. Coming back at you. I'm getting 8 good reps out of this last set. Six, 7, and 8. All right. You might be done. Take it to a stretch. Eat a good breakfast. Get some good recovery. Monitor every ache and pain, tension knot, and also monitor how great you feel too. How proud you are that you got through that workout. If you're going for one more with me, let's do it, okay? Try this forward one. This forward one, for some reason, pulls on my back a little bit more. And in this controlled situation, it can allow me to figure out what's going on or just become more aware of my own situation. Alrighty, we are almost done here. I don't know how many that is. I'm just thinking ahead to my lunges. My last set, I want to get really good ones out. I'm going to go 6, but all on one leg, coming back 6 on the other leg. Overload, but modified. My little tricks. Keep variety happening here. So I'm going to go with that leg, and then even that leg again. Your choice. Going back. Hang on. 5 and 6. You know, it's not to a point of pain, but I could really feel the pull forcing my knee joints and those ligaments and tendons to step up to the job of supporting and stabilizing. So if you have knee issues, yeah, there's a lot to say about lunges and bands and pre-exhaust, so be aware. Hips, knees, low back, tension in your neck. Have a great weekend, you guys. I have already gotten the chessboard done for Monday. I'm just so on top of my game that I'm gonna have all the boards done for next week for you this afternoon. So have a good one, you guys. I'll talk to you. This weekend I might pop into the group. I don't know. I don't like to bug you too much. But I find lately I feel like writing a lot more. It's like there's not much more to do right now. Right? Okay. I'm just waiting to see if my legs will work. Feels good. Hope you do too. Have a good day, you guys.